The Rancor's Brothel presents a Dungeons & Dragons campaign.
Out of the abyss.
We're in the Underdark. We've already pissed off the drow.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's males, right?
Huh?
The drow vendors are male?
Yes.
Definitely not selling them to females.
Okay, so we're approaching the drows.
Okay, you want to go to the drow? Sure.
Oh, hey there. How you doing?
Hello, dwarf.
Oh,
What can I do for you today?
I see you're selling. Do you happen to be buying anything today?
We sell mushrooms.
Nice.
Yes.
Because we happen to have a couple handy items some gentlemen of your persuasion might appreciate. Can my friend here talk to you about them?
Why are you talking to me then?
Oh, I'm more like a people person.
He's the hype man.
It's going just as well as
He
I
also
expected.
doesn't speak Undercommon, and I'm just trying to be cordial and use the language of the area.
Okay, he will turn to Nexus and speak in common.
Guidance.
Okay, what exactly are we trying to sell him?
We're trying to sell them the spider brooch, which is made of onyx.
Okay.
The mask that has silver webbing embroidery. And then I would assume also...
The headdress thing?
The headdress, was that specifically spidery?
Yes.
Yes, headdress, and there's a headdress and chain set, and there were some the bone dice or something.
Bone dice as well, but I don't know.
Oh, those are elven.
Oh.
They are elven, so they might...
I'm gonna keep those.
Okay, you want to keep those? That's fine.
They see the headdress and the mask, and they say that they want no part of that.
Do you happen to know anybody that would?
Not,
Even with it, you didn't let him roll. What if
It-
you
no,
ask
There's
twice?
it doesn't
gonna
matter. He doesn't want to have that in his hands because he knows you stole that from a female.
Or we found it.
He doesn't want to explain where it came from.
They killed some interlopers and rescued the treasure.
Yeah, what were those
Is he
giant,
wearing-
brooch things?
Is he wearing insignia?
No,
I
the
imagine.
merchants aren't a part of houses.
I was gonna say I imagine the ones in here are not probably our houses. So
But they still work from the cities.
We didn't find who I was hoping we would find. Carry on.
No, you're not going to find Bragandary.
You don't know until you ask, Jeff. It's not like they wear patches, and it's not like I don't know if Kira would know that or not. So I'm figuring things out.
Yeah.
Gauntlegram, maybe.
somebody who lived and fought in the Underdark for a while would probably have a general knowledge of that. Yeah,
Bregendarth is like low key,
that's fair.
since the matron mothers would murder them if they knew who all the members were.
Yeah. In amongst the Durgar and things like that, you find the guys selling weapons, which is a ton of this stuff, but you also find guys selling gems. You find guys...
Those are the ones I'm looking for.
Yeah. There's...
What's a moonstone?
It's a type of rock. Yeah. It's semi-precious. You see different banners and stuff up in... It's all in Dwarven, but
Bob's
you can...
Rocks.
Actually...
Lapidary.
Metalworks and Jewels is Clan Feldark.
Let's go there with the headdress.
Yeah.
No. It
Brooch.
was I was making a play and it didn't work out. So yeah, I would just sell it to whoever we can.
Yeah. All right. So I go to
Well,
the
hey, while we're still with the drow,
I want an
can we look into
introduction,
getting some rations?
What's that?
I want an
From them?
introduction.
Yeah, they're mushrooms.
bring
Oh,
them
they
into
do
the
sell
game.
mushrooms. Well, you would know what's on the table. So
I would.
in terms of food,
What is the price for your,
Moonstones.
no,
mushrooms. He's the mushroom guy.
Oh, that's right.
for your ripple bark there and water orbs? I see some Trillimax.
Yeah.
What's the price? He said twice.
We'll figure it out. If you want to buy some, that's fine.
I don't know if you're going to make me RP it or not. So.
No.
Okay.
That stuff like that you can work out
So how much are
as rations.
It would just be the cost.
Just the price of a ration.
rations.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not worried about.
What's the cost of rations?
I don't look it up.
It's
it's
not
like
very
a-
expensive.
It's like $1 a piece or a buck for 10 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You can find somebody. Roll me a persuasion.
Okay.
see how
he
you- how
hit
well you
guidance
do.
on me a minute ago. Is that cool?
Sure.
Cool. I just wasn't sure if
No,
that was still
no, that's fine. He'd hit you again before you walked up there.
Persuasion. So that's
Add a D4.
that's already a 14.
I'm wondering what that looks like to the shopkeep.
It's an 18.
Nice.
What do you mean?
Like, imagine if you were, like, a vendor at a fair, right? And you're getting ready to go up and, say, play the game where you knock the milk bottles over, right? You see these two guys staring at the milk bottles, whispering to each other, and one of them goes, bing! And the guy comes up and knocks them all down immediately. You'd be like, fuck you, man!
Like the opposite of a cooler in a casino.
Right? Like, they have to know what you're doing, right? So how do you... I'm just thinking the real world, how would you interact with that as an actual seller?
It's like pretend it's a high five. Hey, how you doing, man? Boom.
Good game! Pow!
Okay, rations are 5 silver pieces for 1 day. We have 10 people that need to eat. How many do we want to buy? 7 days worth? Because we can still forage as we go.
I wouldn't buy it until we figure out... We don't... With the limited amount of money, it's how long we're going to stay versus how much we need to supply to get somewhere, and we don't know where we're going.
Okay. How
So
many
you-
silver pieces in a gold? 10?
No, silver is...
10.
10.
It's a dime.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. You're
Okay.
correct.
So it would be 5 gold pieces for all of us to eat.
We gotta kill off some more NPCs.
How much were they?
5 silver pieces for 1 ration. For 1 day's rations. So yeah, we need 5 gold pieces for 10 rations for 1 day. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, I know it's like very, very simple math, but it's like, fucking fake currency. Sorry.
We get 20 rations.
It's 50 cents for one person for 1 day.
Good job.
So 10 people would be $5.
Yeah, you should take that intellect. Fuck yourself with it. Let's go.
How much money did I get out of these things? My 18?
The headdress is 50 gold.
Ooh. Okay, so as we sell these things, we're just going to cross them off and write the gold.
That's a good idea.
He'll take the mask for 20 gold. He doesn't care about the bone dice.
He's keeping
Jim's
the
gonna
but
keep
yeah,
it.
just keeping the bonus.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Onyx brooch.
50.
Moonstone? It's a precious stone, right? Semi.
Yeah.
Where the hell is the moonstone? 20.
And then 3 gems.
From the temple, right?
Temple gems, yes.
Yeah.
Those I rolled for. Roll me a d6, Lucas.
That's a big
It's
fat
a 1.
10 apiece.
Didn't know what it was worth. I blame the Tabasco sauce.
I blame your fucking dice that never roll high.
6.
Yeah. Useless roll.
It's still
So what are we
rolled high.
sitting at now, Matt?
286 after we've paid for our room.
It's not bad. Are there any magic shops? Like people dealing in specifically magic items?
No.
Photographer.
There's nobody with a stand that says magic items. No.
Since we've been dealing with this guy, I'll ask him. Anyone specializing in magical items in the bazaar?
No. Not specifically, no.
Anyone throughout the rest of Gracklstugh? Someone who might be able to identify for the right price, or...
If this were a game of numbers, you would have to spend downtime to mechanically research it and find someone.
So he's not going to tell me if I just ask.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't know anybody specifically. It's something you would have to talk up around town and figure out.
Okay, I'm just making sure that there's not another shop somewhere.
No. There's not a shop that's set up that's got what you're looking for. It's something
Okay.
you would have to find the right person in the right back alley who's got the right item that you're looking for.
So, yeah. So there wouldn't be anybody just selling like +1 items.
No.
No, but what we could do is we could look and see.
Remember what I said about the Durgar?
It's quantity, not quality.
It's quantity, not quality. They
But they're not all Durgar. I think that's why we're asking.
That's a good point.
Make
They'd
a
be the
perception
only-
check, Lucas.
They'd be the only ones selling weapons in their town.
They didn't disarm you. They still haven't. They
Right, no, but they would be the only ones selling weapons. I would imagine.
12? Okay.
Can I see anybody selling maps?
Maps of what? Like a map?
Map of
Caverns and
Underdark,
shit, yeah.
map of the area we're in, map of where we're going. 3 specific maps.
Not specifically, no.
The map that the vendors in Zelda always have that show the treasure chests so we can get those.
No.
They know
Make an
somebody.
insight check.
Try the other D20. 17.
These guys make their money off being able to move through the Underdark in safe ways. If they find a safe way, they're not giving it up. They're not going to map it out and sell that.
They're going to sell themselves as guides.
Okay. But you definitely did say we could find a map when we got here, so that's why I was asking.
There are ways that you could find one, but you're not going to find the stand that says maps.
Okay. I just asked the guy that we're talking to then, like, hey, do you know where I could find a map?
A map of what?
Well, the area.
I mean, he'll sketch out the city for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm thinking more like pathways that I'm not going to get eaten by.
No, I don't know that you're going to find those pathways. There's risk everywhere you go.
Well, yes, naturally, but the least risky would be best.
There are trade caravans between cities.
Would they take on upworlders?
If we defended, fought off the shit, that would be one way to pay passage.
We don't trade with the surface.
No, I mean racism. Like, hey, that guy's got a tan. I don't want him working with me. He's not from around these parts. Or do they not care as long as I'm keeping him safe?
You know what? If you're buying, we're here. If you're buying, we're not going to give you too hard of a time. If you cause trouble, we will.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't venture off into a cavern with a bunch of Durgar.
That is very sound advice. Do you know of any foreigners that might be moving along? Maybe some deep-known traders?
There are some around, yes.
Very good.
You should
in that direction. Just
you should
future reference.
you should check it. You should check out the Shattered Spire.
That is great advice. I really appreciate it, sir.
Everybody else, make me a perception check. No, you too.
Oh,
Lucas has already made one. I'm sorry.
Oh. 17.
14.
Can I just use my passive? It's better.
No.
Perk.
Use guidance.
Too late.
Yeah, 15. Which is my passive, so well.
Cody, as you're walking around, you see a wagon.
Okay.
And you swear to God you just saw a human peek out of it.
What kind of wagon?
Think Vishtani wagon.
Kind of human.
Vishtani wagon. In the Underdark.
They go everywhere.
I have a feeling I'm going to hate you, Jeff. But
So
okay,
deferential now.
we'll go with the Vishtani wagon. Is it being currently pulled by horses?
It's not being pulled anywhere. It's lined up as a stall.
Oh, so what you're saying is that you've just pointed out that there is a fortune teller nearby.
No.
Uh-huh. Okay. I will go take a look at said wagon.
Okay.
So it is an actual, built wagon, has doors on it, lantern hanging off the back, that kind of thing?
Open back.
You don't have your old character's sheet.
Set up as like a stall.
Okay. Yeah, I will venture off in that direction.
Okay.
Just perusing the shops, I'm assuming it's in line with some of the others then. We just hadn't seen it yet?
Well, yeah, it's as you're walking around. You come upon it. You happen to notice it.
Does it have a sign?
Nope.
No sort of indication?
Nope.
No person standing beside it selling something from outside or from inside it?
No.
Okay.
Nope. A few goods set out on the rack, but not a whole lot.
Oh, what kind of goods?
General trade goods.
Okay. Yeah.
Vampire puppet.
I will meander over in that direction and just kind of look around. Is it lit?
It is lit on the inside.
Oh, man. This party is lit.
For sure. We've been there.
This is the Daft Punk wagon. Okay. Nobody appears to be over there when I walk over to it.
It's not anything special. It's just a shop. I just thought you would get a kick out of it.
That's fair, but if you give it to me, I'm going to explore it, Jeff.
Yep.
So you better start coming up with something. I want to know their names. I want to know where they're from.
I gotta pee while you two compare your nerddoms.
You give me that backstory. How'd you get a wagon on a beach?
On a boat.
Does anyone have any consumables we should refill? I'm down arrows, so I could easily do with a quiver of arrows.
Oh.
No. I'm good. I have a full quiver of bolts.
Yeah, I got full quiver, and we had a ton of bolts for hand bows. So
Because I think I'm using...
I'm actually carrying a light crossbow.
I'm using a longbow, so I actually need arrows. Are there Fletchers down here? Are they selling actual arrows?
Oh, yeah. You can find somebody.
Does anyone care if I get another quiver of arrows from the
No, go for it.
Fletcher? So do we need additional bolts?
probably not, because we grabbed a shit ton
For
from
hand crossbows, no. I have a full quiver of 20 for my light crossbow.
Right, but the hand crossbows can't be used with regular crossbows. Because the hand crossbows are like pistols.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. I'm just making sure that...
I don't
if
really use it that often.
Nobody's throwing
so.
javelins, nobody's Because if we have consumables, we should just go ahead and buy those now in case something happens.
No,
No, I mean, I've got a longbow, but I have 2 quiver.
do we want to try to... Is everybody down here selling, like, health potions? Like, is that something we could buy down here?
You'd find an herbalist, yeah.
I don't remember what they were. They're not cheap. They're like...
50.
Yeah, I think they're 50.
I wouldn't go for it unless you absolutely have to. I mean, you have a couple people who can heal.
I can actually heal.
I mean, you have an herbalist who could craft his own.
I can craft heal.
Remember, I thought I could, but I can't.
You can craft alchemist fire and acid and things like that. You also see at alchemist stand.
I mean, this would be the time where if you want to hole up for a
What
good
is
time
that?
and
Some
make
stuff
some
for
shit.
that.
Yeah? Matt,
Yes, you guys can effectively have downtime if you want
Yeah.
to do things.
It'll just be expensive.
It's less expensive to do it yourself.
Components for
No, I meant just taking the time, taking the days to do it. Since we're staying in an inn.
So, what do I gotta do to create a potion? It doesn't say under herbalism kit.
Actually, I think it does.
No, it just says I get proficiency.
No, I think it's in the other book, dude. It's in Xanathar's, I believe.
Matt, can you erase 1 gold from our tally?
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming you're going to sell it to me at market price, or do I have to pay inflated prices?
No, you're fine.
Okay. So I'm just going to buy a quiver of arrows just so I have some
Persuade him
more.
down to free.
You're not using any consumables, are you, Matt? Anything?
No, I have 2 hand axes that I could throw, but that's about it.
Okay. I'm just making sure nobody else needs anything. Do we need an additional, like, rope, pitons, climbing gear? Those are all things we should be thinking about as well.
When we got our packs back, they had that stuff in it. They had the general items in it.
You also have magic items you could sell.
That's what he was asking for out, like a half hour ago.
There's no one that I want to
No.
sell it to.
No, he was wanting to buy them.
No,
He was trying to sell them.
Oh, yeah, people buy them.
But he
He was looking for a specialty store.
Yeah, I was looking for someone vending and someone who's buying and selling and doing the trade specifically of magic items.
No.
That would know what they're buying and not give them a cheap thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be honest, if we needed the cash flow, I don't know what the bag of fluff is, so I don't know what I'm selling there. I don't know that the helm of telepathy is all that great. It's not useless, but it's also not inherently useful, in my opinion. Sensing people's thoughts would be a lot cooler and more useful if we didn't already have somebody in the party who did that.
I don't sense people's thoughts.
Just communicates.
I don't think I
Worst Jean Grey ever.
can. I don't think I can forcefully get into people's heads.
So I was hoping at first just to see what the bag of fluff was, but I can't imagine that if it's any good that anyone's going to identify it for me and be fair.
I'm sure you could pay someone to identify it for you.
It's kind of what I was asking. If there was a person nearby that we could pay 10 or 15 gold for to identify it.
Well, it costs 100 gold to cast Identify.
Does it really?
Yes.
Is that material costs?
Yes.
Really? Doesn't that get negated if they have a focus? Because the focus should take the place of any material costs.
No, it takes the place of material components that do not have a monetary value.
Yeah.
It's just like I still had to have 300 gold
Diamonds.
worth of diamonds to cast Revivify, even though I had my focus.
I really hate what they've done with magic items in this game.
Identify always cost gold to cast.
Can we have a moment of silence for Steve Ditko, who passed away today?
Oh.
Just went up. It was 90.
So yeah, I guess that's... I don't know that we want to spend a third of the party's funds on identifying a third or more of what this bag of fluff is.
You can find a drow male who will do it for 150.
Can I talk him down?
You can try.
No, what you think?
Oh. High five, man.
Yeah.
Guidance.
That is an 18 plus 2 more, so 20.
You can talk him down to 125.
Fuck off.
I mean, it costs 100 to do it.
Yeah.
You have to burn 100 gold. So he's only charging 25 on top.
We got 285 right now. I don't know.
And you never know, that magic item might be worth a lot more.
Which is why I really don't want someone I don't trust to identify it. Kira was kind of hoping that sooner or later a party member would die and somebody who could actually identify would show up.
That's funny.
It's not wrong. It's what I've been doing. Or this Vishtani person that apparently has no point to the story would.
Knock on the door.
Madam Ava would totally do it for me. No, I say we go to the bar.
The trailer was so much fun to watch.
First of all, before we Before we depart, let's just housekeeping. How many things how many ball bearing bags should we get?
Just grab,
Just one for each of us?
just grab 2. That's 2,000 ball bearings. That's enough.
I mean, realistically speaking, I see you using one, and
I don't know if I would.
yeah, you would, because you're only going to use it for 2 things: to run from something or to stop something that's running at you. So if those are your 2 options, give it to the person who's always going to be in the front and the person that's always going to be in the back.
That's true.
Okay.
All right.
So we're going to get 2 of those.
I'll add that to my list then.
Because I wield my weapon 2-handed, I'm not going to take the time to throw ball bearings, probably.
Look at that.
And you can float around and do whatever the hell you want to do. Like,
Grappling hooks, you said 2 we should get?
you've got 10 people.
Yeah.
If you have to climb a summit, I would get at least 2, if not more. Did we not have some already? I guess I didn't check.
We got the
We
pulley.
didn't. Unless you had it specifically in your pack.
I have a bag of spikes.
Spikes or
Pitons.
I think by that I mean pitons.
I have a crowbar and a hammer. I had pitons as well.
Yeah, we should all have 10 pitons because we all took Dungeoneers.
I would definitely get at least 2.
Okay, so 2 grappling hooks. We already have 40 pitons. Block and tackle, 1
Sure.
to pull up our gear. Glass bottles I wrote down for potion making alchemy. Do we need any more bottles?
No, you were making them out of metal for me.
Right, okay, so we're good there. It was just scraps. Fishing tackle, since we're on the lake.
We're not going to be on the lake anymore.
Yeah, we're done with
We're
the lake
done
for
with the
now.
lake, okay.
Pretty much.
My understanding is we'll be going into the Underdark.
And
from
then, again, back to the question of rope.
I mean, 10 GP is a lot for one length of rope, but
For 50 foot of rope, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, buy the hemp rope then.
Okay, how much hemp rope?
We already have 200 feet, right?
Yes.
I would just buy 1 or 2 extra.
Yeah, by 2.
Okay, so 2 extra. Sitting pretty at 278 and then 30 silver.
Now, are we splitting that amongst us, or is one person holding on to all that cash?
I mean, let's just do party gold for now, unless anybody has any issue.
If that person dies or gets dragged away, we have no gold.
So we say, okay, fine, 278.
No, I would just assume for safety's sake, for math's sake, it is easier if you just hold all of it.
Right.
Let's just assume at any given time, each one of us is holding one quarter of
what
that.
the party gold is. Okay.
So if somebody gets totally fucked, we will then lose 1 quarter.
Okay, so then who wants the other grappling hook? Or who wants the 2 grappling hooks?
We'll deal with the arguments of what people want to buy with their money later, Jeff. I know that that's coming, but it's easier for now.
I don't need one. I can.
You can
He's
climb up
He's
shit.
got claws.
Do you want a grappling hook?
Yeah, I mean, probably you and I should hold the
Okay,
grappling
you write
hooks.
one, I'll write one.
Because Lucas is going to fly.
Like you said, I want a ball bearing, he wants a ball bearing.
Yeah, I already wrote the ball bearing down on mine.
I mean, to be fair, most of the stuff would probably be carried by you, Matt, because you probably have... What's your strength?
16.
I just say you're probably
You're
the
not
strongest.
slowed by being encumbered, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You would quite literally and figuratively be the pack mule.
Okay. And then I will take the block and tackle them as well.
Plus, I'm carrying a mushroom.
That is true. Must be very uncomfortable when your wings unfurl.
He has his own when I do it. It's just a little tiny one. It's adorable.
Who'd like to go get a drink?
Yeah. And some bitches.
I understand
He
your,
says to the
your,
female.
character's proclivities, but I
I
don't think
know.
you would say bitches.
I wouldn't say bitches.
We say on a show literally named after a brothel. Not a real brothel, but a brothel nonetheless.
Or at least a real brothel that we know about.
It's true. Maybe that's why those people in Thailand like our page.
Oh my god.
You think I'm kidding, I'm really not.
I know you're not. You talked about it last time. And for some reason, there's a group in Thailand. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
If they enjoy the show, I don't care.
Or if they're just trying to network, I might mind.
I don't answer those people. The people that say, hey, you own brothel, I don't answer those. I just delete them.
How much for your women? Go ahead, little girl.
To the Shattered Spire, Jeff.
Okay. On your way to the Shattered Spire, you see, the word in Dwarven is Kavalrachni. It's basically cavalry, but they are on these giant spiders, giant tarantulas. They are pulling a cart. It's full of slaves. There's some humans, there's some elves, there's some dwarves, and they're pulling past you.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Okay.
Nexus halts for a moment.
Is slavery legal here? He asks.
You literally spent 2 weeks on a boat talking with a guy who threatened to throw you to slavery.
If it's the law here, I don't know. I'm just saying.
But why male models?
What you're all looking at me for. Kira just keeps on walking.
Okay.
She might spit on the ground, but that's as much as she's going to do. She knows she's not going to topple Durgar society by fighting for a single cart of slaves.
Okay.
That seems legit.
Nexus just watches it go by until it disappears.
I have the Indian on the side of the road with a can thrown at his feet. Tear go down.
Okay. You get to the Shattered Spire. Big old rope bridge going across a chasm out to this broken stalagmite. I keep getting them backwards.
Did we see which way the caravan went? It looked like it was pretty open on that map.
It is fairly open. It's actually a lot more congested than the map shows because of the bazaar.
Right.
But there's still room to get caravans through and everything like that. It looked like it was heading back up this way.
So they're going deeper in the city.
Yes. You also notice this wall that cuts across here, and you would see that only Durgar go past that.
Yeah, no, that's the Trump wall. Yeah, I got you.
Poignant.
So the Shattered Spire.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the wall here?
No, this white line here goes all the way across.
It's broken and in pieces and largely ineffectual against a large mass on both sides. Yes, that wall.
Shattered Spire.
The Shattered Spire, yes. You go across the bridge, you go in.
Yeah.
Okay. Huge bar. Looks like the main one in the city.
Yeah.
Serves Durgar, serves outsiders, serves a little bit of everyone.
Everybody's got a drink.
Yeah. Looks like an orc behind the bar.
Okay.
Well, hey there, your orcness.
Tannen.
Tannen, nice to meet you. My name's Morauk. What's good?
The Dark Light Stout.
How much is that?
How much you got?
Oh, I got like 10 silver,
So a gold.
but I have it in silver.
That'll work.
Okay.
You said he was an orc?
It's a very
He
expensive
is an
drink.
orc.
That gold is very expensive for a drink.
Oh, I
just
meant
so
for
you know.
all of us. I'm sorry. For 4.
No, he slides one mug.
Oh, where's the rest?
It's back here.
Anyway.
So my friend doesn't quite know how to negotiate. How much for the rest of them? I'll persuade him if I need to get the price down.
Sure, go ahead.
He's
Go
clearly,
ahead and roll your
he's clearly giving the
persuasion.
dwarf shit. That is 13. What is my thing?
He says plus 7, so that's 20.
Oh, 20. Right. I got
2 silver apiece.
I just give a sidelong glance to the dwarf.
Y'all having a beer?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll pass, thank you. Just give me something wet without the alcohol.
Well, we have the alcohol and we have the Dark Lake. So
Can you drink from the dark? Is that safe to drink from the dark?
I'm assuming
wouldn't.
no.
Yeah, probably not.
A large, stagnant, underground body of water.
They're not selling.
Oh wait, we
They don't-
got this.
They don't
And
sell
he pulls
the,
out this steaming mug of Rothe milk.
of what?
Okay.
Don't know what
I
that
like when you do your little. You say that. You say a nerd thing that only like your people would know.
The Underdark.
No, I'm not talking. You look at
Okay.
Lucas and you get this shit-eating grin, and you look over at Cody like, "Did you get it? Did you get it?" And you look back at Lucas, and you look back at, "Did you get it? Did you get it?" It's really funny.
I think it's funny as hell. I hope somebody else does.
I think it's
I'm-
funny.
I'm sure 2 individuals driving down right now are just laughing their fucking nerd asses off.
Okay.
I would say the equivalent to
The Underdark
Yaks.
version of a
Or-
cross between a bull and a yak.
a bantha, like a horribly large, stinky beast of burden.
I'll pass, thanks.
Is there a?
Do they not?
It's already poured. You got to pay for it.
They don't sell the mushrooms with the water in them.
No.
Just like a little stem on it. It's a champagne glass.
Should have talked to the herbalist.
Is there a message board or anything?
There's a cork board right at the entrance.
No, I mean that would.
like a in search of
Yeah.
board.
Breeding spiders.
Anything like hanging behind the bar, notes.
Who's the band for the night?
Not really.
Okay.
Any horse? Just kidding. I'm sorry.
Hey, your
That was
character.
not the character voice.
Your character has a thing.
No. They tolerate people from the outside, but only for trade.
They're not looking to hire people.
They're not looking to hire people from outside.
Okay.
Well,
Not for just general stuff. No. Who all's what?
the patrons. Describe the patrons of Lay Bar.
There's a lot of Durgar. There are a few deep gnomes. And probably some Darrow. The Darrow would be huddled off in a corner.
Are they like gully dwarves?
Gully
From
dwarves.
Dragonlance?
I don't know. I don't know those.
There was a Boopo, the gully dwarf, and then Boopito, the Darrow, and that's just...
Could be.
Just got shitty at him for making a reference you had no clue about,
I
and
asked
then
a
you went
question.
and did the same fucking thing.
I did not
Hey,
say
you know that
something
thing that I like?
that
You
was-
probably don't. Is there anything of that?
Are there anything like scroll? Maybe they shape change.
Oh.
Did you miss us, Matt?
Back to the potatoes. I would like to go to this Nephilim.
Okay. Any particular one? Or
Well, tell me, what do I see? My passive perception's 15.
you see a table of a couple of them sitting around.
How are they dressed? Like merchants?
Yeah, pretty much all of them would be around here. You see one table where they're deep in conversation. You probably don't want to interrupt that. You see a couple that are half drunk. You see a couple that are just finishing a meal.
So I nudge my compatriots and say, didn't he say something about we could probably hitch a ride with some deep gnomes? Should we talk to some of these fellas?
Bar stools at the bar. Like, is there a place to sit at the bar? Kira's gonna plop herself at the bar, swivel the stool around or whatever, so her back is mostly to the bar, looking out. Go on then. She just sits there, sort of peering over the top of her foaming mug of, what'd you say, it was Dark Lake Stout?
Mm-hmm.
How is it?
Oh, it's excellent. It's different than you've had before, but
I mean, probably because they use the water from the Dark Lake.
the Dark Lake and the mushrooms.
Sweet.
Is it hallucinogenic?
No.
Okay, well then I'll walk over to the Nephilim.
I'm just watching the interaction like a hawk just to see if something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk to the bartender at some point, but I want to see how this goes first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are they all guys?
No, mixed company.
Hello there, folks. How's your evening going?
Just fine. Are you down here from Gauntlgrim?
I'm down here from... Yeah, Gauntlgrim.
I didn't know they had dealings with the Durgar.
I'm part of an outreach program?
Yeah. Exchange student?
Foreign exchange student. There's a Durgar right now eating with my folks.
Oh, I was just trying to... I'm doing an internship as a cartographer. I've been mapping out some pathways.
That's a hell of a lie.
I'm high-fiving myself.
I'm a cartographer.
Okay, you can use it for your deception roll.
That's why I was high-fiving myself. Oh, f***. What is it?
That's a 5.
Oh,
That's mine. Go
I'm
ahead.
using
Roll.
it anyway. It's probably better than mine.
It's 4.
So 9, 10. I got a 10.
Okay. What is that?
That's an 18.
What's
think you're
what's
all
your
high.
card do?
They
I'm not wasting that on Matt.
they're just staring at you. They
Anyway,
they know that you're full of shit.
my friends and I were wanting to head.
We
Looking
don't know. Go ahead.
looking to get towards Blendenstone. You know, looking to maybe provide some security on a caravan. Didn't know if any of you fine folks would know. I'm putting my dice away, by the way. If any of you fine folks would know of a caravan that was leaving soon, needed some extra muscle.
There's not too many that go directly to Blingdenstone, especially from here.
But maybe by way of insert name of town.
No, I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Oh, okay. Do you know anybody that could? Anybody with more information I might inquire about? A boot.
No, they wouldn't.
Alright, well, thanks anyways. I just off back to the bar.
Make an insight check.
22.
There's more to it that they're not telling you, but they're not going to tell you.
Yeah, that's fun.
Only somebody had an object that could read minds.
Yeah, I'm gonna use with that insight, I'm gonna go back to the group at the bar and convey that information.
Yeah, are you wearing the helmet? Are you using the helmet?
Yeah, no, I'm just wearing it all the time because I figure it looks badass.
You're concentrating on their conversation. You would pick up the word Zents.
Zents. Okay. I'm assuming that I know enough to know what... I know what Zents are.
You would know the factions, yes.
Do I get the sense that...
Zents.
Not that funny, but I felt like
I mean, for Lucas, that was pretty good.
like that's like a normal person 3, but that's like a Lucas 7. I'll give it that. Do I detect
3?
Do I detect?
Did you roll?
Yeah, I did. Is it Zents in the terms of they're an obstacle to be overcome, or is it like a payment thing?
No, it's a... This is what they're not telling him about.
Okay.
Can you enlighten the group? Perhaps the audience.
Yeah. There are a number of factions, like just like like you guys joined factions before.
The Order of the Fist and the Harper.
Yeah. Order of the Gauntlet, the Harpers, etc.
Order of the Fist.
We kept mixing it up. Yes.
The Zentarum or the Zents are the Black Syndicate group. They're the Rogues group. They are the network of shady dealings and bullshit. So that's the thing that I'm wondering is either
Thieves Guild kind of thing.
Yeah, either they're paying a toll or they can't go there, or maybe the Zents run this place and we just don't know it yet. Whatever one I'm detecting thoughts from, can they make a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, if you want them to.
Sure. I don't know if they'll notice me from across the bar. It's not like there are circles emanating on my head.
That's pretty good.
No, they're good.
Now, when you try to use detect thoughts, do they know that you're doing it?
Yes, I think at this point they do. I don't think they can identify who I am. It's not like the
yeah,
they would have to know exactly where it's coming from.
But they understand that someone is...
Like maybe the asshole just talked to him.
Oh yeah, no. I definitely understand. I put your head on a pike a little bit. That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, I would even talk to the
hang on,
guy at the bar.
No,
we'll get there.
They are magic users, so they probably have a good idea of what just happened.
Bar fight!
Either way, it knows that it was probed.
Okay.
Even if it succeeds. I just don't get anything on it.
Right. At that point, they go silent.
Yeah, no, they can...
I mean, their minds go silent.
Oh yeah, no, I fully expected them to shut that shit down.
Most people couldn't do that, though. The basics, where you get surface thoughts, that wouldn't be able to go away. That would still be there. You sense everything from them shut off. You can still hear it throughout the rest of the room. You still hear everyone else. But those two just shut off completely. They look at you and they say, you need to be a lot more careful than that, and they get up and leave.
Careful in what?
Where are you?
I would be sitting at the bar too. I've been trying to decide whether or not I would actually try to talk to somebody.
You guys can make me a nature check.
Just because we have to pee?
No, it's because you've been...
15.
That's a lot better than that.
Yeah, you've spent time with Topsy and Turvy and Jim Jar. You know that they can cast non-detection on themselves.
9.
If you're sitting beside me, I will nudge you as those two walk out and just say, they close their minds.
Would you get off of them?
Their thoughts dwelled on the Zentarum. I would definitely, Jeff's not here to screw me over, but that would be very low-key, whispered, like.
Can you not think to him and him hear it?
Unless he communicates to me that way.
Right, but if you nudge him and give him like,
I would instantly, like,
hey,
yeah,
talk to me.
Bing!
The Zentarum bit would definitely be directly into your mind. Because that's the part that I'm fighting right now, is this a Zentarum place? Are they afraid because the Zentarum block the traveling routes? Are they members of the Zentarum? They don't strike me as such, but it would definitely be something that I would nudge you about, that we need to... Whoever those are, they aren't what they appear. And I would have been filled in with... No, I wouldn't, because only Matt knows that. Never mind. I wouldn't worry about people being illithids and pretending to be things that they aren't, because I think Matt's the only one who knows that.
Well, no.
I don't think he told anybody.
He didn't tell anybody about Pupito.
There
No
were
one-
other people.
Just no one's inquired about it.
Wait, weren't there? There wasn't? No.
No, because Matt was bitching about how it's always him. Why is it always on my watch? Can I talk to Tannen, Jeff?
Sure.
I will have finished my stout by now. I assume it was delicious.
Sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how intoxicated do I feel?
Make a con check. Con save.
I should theoretically be able to make one of those. 10.
You're not bad.
Okay. Excuse me, Tannen.
Yes.
Could I have one of those? Could I have another one of those stouts, please? It's fantastic. Some of the best I've ever had in the Underdark.
Sure.
And I assume he pours. I kind of indicate to have him lean in a little bit. I'd be willing to pay at my friend's prices too if you could provide me some information.
I'm always in the market. Well, depending on the information.
Of course. Just a couple of simple things. The wall out there. I'm assuming that's what separates the rest of Gracklstugh for the Durgar and the rest of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've never been on that side.
On rare occasion.
Fair enough. And I slide him a gold. And I take the beer. Would you like another one?
I nod.
I put another gold piece out on the table, but I don't, pass it over yet. Do you know anyone by the name of Salt Baron Durgar?
You mean Clan Salt Baron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is Clan Salt Baron?
They're miners.
Miners. Okay. Do you know a Wars Salt Baron?
Yeah, he's in here every once in a while.
Oh, yeah? Good to know.
Probably find him over by the docks.
Okay. And is there, what else? What other questions do I have? There's something else. Do you happen to know of any ways to get deeper into the Underdark that aren't going out on the Dark Lake? I'm assuming that there are some passages and stuff farther back.
There are, but you would have a hard time getting through them.
I appreciate the heads up.
You have to get through the other side of the city to get to them.
Have you ever come in that way?
No.
Fair enough.
I will shoot a message to you and say, ask him about a library.
I slide him another gold. I'll have the beer.
Okay.
For my friend here. She doesn't speak a whole lot. She's kind of mute. Are there any...
I'll just do this.
Are there any sources of information, libraries, sages, anything like that here in Gracklstugh that would... First off, are there any? And also, is it something that anyone could speak to us about?
You could find sellers of books and things like that in the bazaar.
But no repository where they're stored.
There are. I mean, there's the Keeper of the Flames. There's the Savants. But, well, you wouldn't want to deal with the Savants.
Would I know what he's talking about, or are these something local?
Something local. The Savants are Darrow. The Darrow leadership.
And the Keeper of the Flames are, I'm assuming, Durgar?
Durgar, yes.
Durgar leadership?
Keepers of Thimbershad.
Thimbershad.
Flush Rashad?
I'm assuming that's knowledge?
You would have no point of reference. Totally local.
Okay. I'll ask him then.
That's the red dragon that you see walking around keeping the forges lit.
Ah. Definitely haven't seen that yet. And savants are, you said Darrow leaders. From across the bar I yell, Morauk, would you like another beer?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
And in my mind I'm thinking, do you have any other questions?
Well, I guess part of my intention of finding a library or something would be to try to find maps. So if we could find a cartographer and maps this another way, I don't know.
I'll just ask him in general. I'll stack a third coin on there. Another beer for my friend. Do you happen to know any safe passages not on the Dark Lake?
Personally, no. I live here. I've been here for years.
I understand. Could you, and I slide the 3 gold over, could you do me a favor? If you do see Wars, let him know that probably the only female human in Gracklstugh is looking for him.
You're not the only female human. You're probably the only one not in chains.
You only Isomar then.
Right, okay, the one who's staying at,
Spire. Shattered Spire.
No, the Goldberg's lair.
Goldbergs.
That's kind of what I wrote down.
Which Goldberg?
We're staying at the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Matt, 3 gold off the...
Yeah, I just did it.
Okay. I paid at your prices for information, and I was also going to use detect thoughts as I'm talking to him, and I assume that there's no lying involved, but...
Nope. You're paying.
I didn't assume that there would be, but I mean, I essentially just bought...
You'll get a flash of a face when you talk about Wurs.
Fair enough. Wurs is at the docks, by the way. He is a minor.
ER, not OR.
We don't know that.
Well,
That's why he's not in the bar, because he's a minor.
He may... he may only-
Salt miners.
Salt miners.
I assume that.
That's
Yes.
his last
Salt
name,
Baron.
Salt Baron. He gave up salt. Really want a cheeseburger.
I'm good. And I've stolen your pencil at some point. Sorry, Jeff. Just realized that was like, I'm not writing with a regular pencil anymore.
Anybody else? Anything?
I tried my shot. I'm good.
So there's an extra beer for you, an extra beer for you. I paid it over
Thanks.
prices.
Yummy.
I paid it Steelblessed prices.
How do we want to go about...
Well, we're just going to have to gather more information.
Is there a place to bathe somewhere around here?
Back at the inn.
Actually, if Tannen hasn't walked away too far, have you had any trouble with...
Who? What?
I don't remember what the Zent logo is. I think it's like it's a wicked-looking dagger. It's like a black dagger.
It's in the player's handbook.
Is it?
Yes.
I want to ask on the low key, do you have any trouble with groups from the surface around here? Particularly groups that probably also work in the Underdark, but sometimes I hear people refer to them as insert colloquial name for Zents here without saying the word Zents.
No, not here.
No problem whatsoever.
No, they're over in Mantle Dareth.
Mantle Dareth. Where the f*** is Mantle Dareth?
I don't know. The only people who know are the ones who are supposed to know.
But he hasn't heard of anyone of the Zents like interrupting trade
Nope,
or running
they
traffic.
they facilitate trade.
Okay, that'll be the
Like
problem.
the mafia owning the docks or something.
Yeah,
It's because if the Drow and the Durgar and the Svirfneblin all tried to do big trade deals, it would be a constant fight. It would be one backstabbing the other, one trying to enslave the other, and whatever. They have stepped in as an intermediary.
which may mean they control like not only do they facilitate the trafficking of goods, they may control the actual physical transportation or something. They may have to pay the Zents to get from one place to the next.
They're mobbed up Teamsters too, possibly.
But they have no representation here, at least as far as the local bartender knows, which is who I would think might know if shit goes down.
Do we have a rogue in our party?
Nope.
The NPCs, I mean?
Well, I don't think so.
He wouldn't be a Zent.
He wouldn't be a Zent, but maybe he would know.
Maybe.
Represent. That's my punchline indicator.
Sarah was on a rogue, right?
Sareth was a rogue,
He was? Or Drow is the rogue.
I thought there was a rogue.
but he wouldn't. Well, I don't know.
You should know. You're the fucking god of this world.
You're not going to get that kind of information out of Sareth.
No, he could at least be somebody...
Because he doesn't know, or because he's Sareth?
Because he wouldn't know.
We could at least use him to try to make some kind of contact with some sort of roguish type that may lead us, down that road, but I don't know.
So
I'm just remembering from gameplay Lucas's character going up to skeezy guys in Barovia and just being like doing little hand signals.
Yeah,
thieves can't.
Thieves can't, yeah.
That's not necessarily inherently
No.
Zentarum, though.
Right.
So that gives us the Keeper of the Flames if we want to talk to the Durgar, the Savants if we want to talk to the Darrow. We need to find Salt Baron. I put out the call. I wouldn't mind throwing a cog in the wrench of Gracklstugh and trying to start a slave uprising, but that would just be for shits and giggles. We should probably get an exit strategy before doing that. But if I can kill a few spiders and break open some cages, at least give them a fighting chance. They'll probably die, but die with a sword in your hands rather than in chains.
Is this something you're saying, or is this something that Kira is saying out loud?
I wouldn't be saying it out loud in the bar. Those are just my ideas of things that we could do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Kira's definitely thinking it, otherwise I wouldn't mention it. If it just so happens that we walk past the slave pens on our way out, who's to say we don't, knock a few heads and free a few slaves and ruin their slave trade for a day, if the opportunity presents itself.
Okay. What do you guys want to do now? It's getting towards the end of the day.
So we probably need to go back and sleep at some point.
Yeah, I'd say we do that and start fresh in the morning.
Okay. Anything anybody's wanting to do this evening?
Bathe.
Yes, you can bathe.
The damn boat for like weeks.
Are you going to bathe in the Dark Lake?
No, he said there was a thing you could bathe.
Yeah, you can bathe
at
at the inn.
Do you have soap? Because that's pay for. We didn't do that in the bazaar.
You can use the communal soap.
Ew.
Yeah. Communal soap.
That's how my sister got pregnant. Soap is 2 copper.
You guys think about it?
I thought of a couple other questions I want to ask Tannen.
Sure.
How often do Kuatoa show up around here?
Around here, not very often.
Okay. So you don't get regular news from, like, insert the Kuatoa places I know here.
No.
Sloobadop is going to be in there, but I'm just assuming that he's just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a word in the Underdark. It's not something that I'm familiar with. I'm curious if you know. Have you ever heard of I assume this is a deity's name or something? I'm not sure. You ever heard of Lemugagoon?
No. Never heard of that.
All right. Worth a shot.
Why is it so hot here?
The forges.
There are that many.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're in here, but he did say that a dragon lights them, so...
Oh, no, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thimberchode.
How do they employ
Thimberchode?
a dragon?
Carefully.
Like, you pay him?
He lives a life of luxury here.
Cool.
Have to roll a lot of 5s and 6s.
If I look around, do I see any ladies drinking by themselves?
Probably not too many.
What's their app?
What's their resistance
Wrong game.
to charm? No, like, is there a lonely-looking Durgar female nursing a flagon?
Yeah, Durgar's the way to go, I'm sure.
I mean, we're tall, we're the same height, our bits will fit better.
Oh, wait, was
I
that
mean, yeah,
was that a
sure
short
there
shot?
would be.
Huh?
Sure there would be.
Yeah, I'd look for a lonely-looking female.
Okay.
One that maybe's limping, I could separate her from the herd.
I'm going back to the inn.
Hey, what's your name?
Insert Durgar name.
Oh no, she needs a name. This has become a thing. She
Embeth.
needs
Pure Leafia.
Wow. Embeth sounds a lot better.
Okay. I was
Embeth,
just looking
huh?
at things and coming up with a name.
Nice to meet you. I'm Morauk. What brings you out tonight?
I'm having a drink after a long day.
Ah.
Why are you talking to me?
Oh, just, camaraderie. Get to know the locals. What do you do for fun around here, Embeth?
I go to work.
Well, that sounds super fun, doesn't it?
It's what we do.
He's putting on the charm over there, isn't he?
Oh no. As soon as I get the narrative chance to go to the inn, I'm leaving him to get stabbed in a dark alley by a bunch of Durgar.
Yeah, I mean, you're really barking up the wrong tree.
Like, does my insight tell me that, I guess, when I roll?
You wouldn't even need to roll it. You remember that thing I told you to read?
Yeah. Maybe we're all the same type with our eyes closed.
Wow. No, I changed my mind. I want to see this woman slapping.
Kira hears that line, stops, turns around.
Like her telepathy.
Yeah, she's got the helmet up for sure. She is following every word.
She's just detect the strongest thoughts in the room are of Matt getting stabbed in the throat by this woman right now. Like, oh, I should see this happen.
Well, I can see you don't really want any companionship.
No, and you know that she really doesn't like you. You know that she would love nothing more than to hop up and knock the living shit out of you. You also see that she is very carefully not doing that.
All right, then. Well, thanks for the conversation. Have a good evening.
Her boyfriend, who is 3 inches taller than you, walks up. There's a problem here.
I'll look for one alone.
No.
Okay.
What?
And I mosey back towards the inn. I'm going to talk to the innkeeper.
You seem surprised that the Durgar wanted to punch the other door.
And didn't do it.
Public scene, maybe?
Why? Dwarves fight all the time when they drink.
Maybe Tannen is
I don't know.
Switzerland.
No. You don't see any of that.
Yes, that's why I'm suddenly, now that you're saying that, I'm suddenly like, yeah, we're in a bar full of dwarves who aren't fighting.
I mean,
can you think about
the district of the city that you've been in? There's none of that.
Like, you know the rough and tumble, like high schoolers or fraternity bros, like, you know, punching each other and jumping each other and, like, you know, all that semi-homoerotic stuff. Like, that's kind of how dwarves are. They get drunk, they fight each other, like, that's normal.
I mean, throughout the marketplace, you've been in marketplaces like that before. Maybe not this big, this hectic, But in the ones that you've been in, you can spot the sneak thief. The one who is going through and picking pockets. The one who is doing back alley deals. You don't see that here.
So what you're saying is this city has little to no crime. Noticeable crime.
Little to no obvious signs of...
Right.
Matt...
Who's in... are we still at the bar?
Yeah.
He was...
I don't know. I guess,
Kira was leaving. I don't know about anybody else.
I mean, I wouldn't, I guess, since I'm not involved. I guess I'm just curious as to who is in charge of the city. Is the dragon in charge of that city? Or is the dragon just like the forge?
Tannen would have told you that no, he's not. Themberchild is not in charge. It's more of a partnership.
Right.
We provide him a comfortable life.
Would I be able to intuit then that anybody who is out of line, or at least severely out of line, is probably likely fed to that creature?
No. Nobody ever knows who's watching here. I mean, that's how Durgar work. There could be...
There's a Gestapo?
There could be a half dozen invisible ones over there.
Mm.
They grow and they turn invisible.
Okay. Have we even seen guards walking around?
Yes.
Other than the slavers?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are they wearing any kind of sigil or just a different type of garb?
More ornate armor. You can see a uniform armor.
Right. They're not wearing any kind of badge that has a symbol on it.
No. It's the Steel Guard, I believe they're called.
Okay.
Stone Guard, sorry.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, the Stone Guard and the Kavalrachni, the Tarantula Riders.
Do we know who's in charge of the Stone Guard?
If I can keep track of my names.
That is interesting, though.
What?
Just that it's not... I mean, that would be normal to see some rough and tumble interaction. I wonder if it's just this internal policing of themselves that much, or if there's something else.
Or is it the Zents?
No,
I don't... I mean, that's not a bad thought, but the Zents wouldn't... Who would care? If she got up and punched you in the mouth, who would care? A couple bar stools get broken, some scrapes and bruises. Why does that matter?
Oh, okay. Since you're not asking, I'm going to on your behalf. And the intuition that he got from realizing that, is it out of fear that she's not attacking him, or out of generality that she's not attacking him?
I don't know if you could know the difference, could you?
I think you could.
As a dwarf, a lawful dwarf, you would get it. This is a completely lawful society. It's an evil society, but it's a completely lawful society. If somebody was caught breaking the law in the middle of the street, the guard would step in, but also everyone around would step in. It's not just fear, it's duty.
Okay.
So that's fair.
They may be assholes, but they're respectful assholes.
Well, I mean, the Durgar aren't even assholes necessarily. I mean,
No, they're kind of assholes.
Well, but I mean, asshole is
assholes.
intent for malice, which I mean, they probably have some, but it's just that their entire society is organized around purpose.
Yes.
They have one driving purpose. That purpose may be to serve an evil deity, but they have a driving purpose. And so anything that impacts from the whole or affects that purpose is unlawful.
Mm-hmm.
So, and since they do have a Gestapo, but it's not secret, it's just their own
God.
Their own code of, for lack of a better term, ethics.
Okay. It's interesting.
Like, I just think of an asshole as someone who's chaotic, someone who is, using the moment to be malicious to someone. Mm-hmm. They're not dead. They're just doing it because that's their duty and that's how they get further ahead. Not because
they are being malicious.
Right.
They are being malicious to slaves. They are being malicious to dwarves.
But that's their
rules. That is their societal rules to further their society.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that's why, I know I'm lawful good. And, I have the same thing on the boat with Hemeth. We're in another nation. It's while it's bad, them having slaves, it's their culture. It's their society. You know what I mean?
C-word, baby. Give me that chaos.
Oh, anyway.
Let's start a fire.
Anyway.
Nexus is with you on that, by the way. 100%.
Are we heading back to the inn?
Oh, yeah.
I got some questions for the innkeeper.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything on the way back?
No, I'm assuming everything's pretty much shut up at this point, right? A lot of the...
It goes all night.
Oh, okay. No,
The sun never sets in Gracklstugh.
Pretty much, yeah.
Our title track, Elders, is brought to you by Sleep for the Weary off their debut album, Nocturnes. Learn more about Sleep for the Weary at sleepfortheweary.com or by following the link on our homepage at rancorsbrothel.com. Enjoy the cards used during the podcast? Check out those and many other excellent Nord Games products at nordgamesllc.com. Tell them the Rancor's Brothel sent you. Want to support the podcast? Donate to the cause at patreon.com/rancors_brothel. Patrons receive exclusive content, the opportunity to play games with us, the chance to win unique prizes, and more. And don't forget to join in the conversation on Facebook by following the Rancor's Brothel and joining the group Fans of the Rancor's Brothel. Follow us on Twitter at @Rancors_Brothel and email your comments and suggestions to between2crits@gmail.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, listeners.
You live through